I've been playing music since the age 3, and when you learn music, they say, you are learning everything you need to know in order to learn everything else that you need to know. That's the key, because everybody wants is like hungry for learning, and it's like, did you need to know that? I mean, is it useful? And like, was that the key? So anyway, hey, was that the key? So and so I see differently than a lot of people. I can just see patterns, obvious. Narcissists are pattern oriented also, but they don't know that it's obvious. They don't know that it's like, oh God. So you know, I think it's like if you're a mother, you just understand that your toddler is going to go so many fucking routes to try and manipulate you, to try and make you believe, to try to make you, and all this stuff, right? And all you can be is a good mother and just say you'll grow out of that and kind of snicker, and you don't take it seriously. And who does? You know what I mean? I mean, you better eat your fucking protein in the morning. You have a toddler there. So, this experience today, okay, so these guys, my neighbor, the way he snapped after 28 years and just decides to drop a fucking bunch of asphalt. And I know a lot of people say that's none of your business. But yes, it is. Yes, it is. What do you? Oh my God. So that's another narcissistic thing. And then they'll say, oh, you're being too insensitive. And a lot of it is in your head. And I'm like, no, it's not. See, he calls the sheriff on me. And I'm gonna go up to him like tomorrow. I'm gonna kind of mention it. We don't really talk, but I'm just gonna like bullhorn it. It's like that. That's what the Nazis. I mean, that's what the Nazis would do. They'll say, "And today you will understand that you get up in the morning and eat your Cheerios. At 12, you will be eating another bowl of Cheerios, and at 9 tonight, you will eat your Cheerios and then go to sleep. Tomorrow." But really, what I'm doing, it's called kneading. KNEADING. Like you're kneading dough. That's what I understand. That's what therapists will end up doing if you really want to get therapy. I think there's sessions where now we're working it. Now we're working your mind. We're going to talk about it. You want to argue? What is it about? Hey, shit, and listen to this. So that's what I was doing with my neighbor for the past 2.5 days, is just kneading him. Um, he needs to be alerted. He's going through a process of being human. He needs to be alerted to the human process that he might have been ignoring for a long time. You see, all of this, you can call me crazy because we're not pulling up his reasoning. We can't pull up, I can't talk to him, so, but, to say, well, what's going to happen here? What are we opening up? A fucking bowling alley? I mean, what's going on? I mean, the people over here, they have a lot of paid stuff because they have like 9 people that live there permanently. They own the hardware store. They're very active. This person, he's slowing down. You have to. I mean, you don't have to, but you can't keep. See what you're in danger of doing if you don't wise up to what you could have been doing all your life, which is just running from the real work that you need to do, which is to maybe have a decent human relationship. I mean, now I'm pointing at men. I mean, poor things. They're out there working, and all they want, I bet, is just to come home to a goddamn woman that can satisfy them and be happy with them. And it turns out it's more complicating than that, right? She is probably a wreck, not alive. She's probably non-human, but she has her needs and attention. You're not there for her, babe. She has another lover. Of course she does. You're not there for her. And when you're there for whoever, you're not there. And so my cat's starting to get all involved here. And we have to remember to just stop all of the ranting and all of the concern communicating. Babylon is going to end. but it doesn't end without people exposing it and saying, "So you're going to give me Babylon, huh? You're going to try and give me a crock of shit with words, and I'm gonna keep breathing and saying, okay, so but what, can we do something that's fair to both of us and stick to reality and go from there?" Um, I swear, there's there is a way that you can communicate, but when the narcissist doesn't give you your side, that's what I experienced today. I experienced every single onslaught, and they should be embarrassed. I mean, they probably that officer that was here carrying a gun, all dressed up. You better have a bulletproof vest on. You're a fucking target. Um, just collapsed several times in front of me energetically, um, and I was reaching for the human side of him, and it was bumming him out. These people, they take their non-human dress off and they probably just hit a fucking vodka bottle and have the most hideous conversations with whatever's waiting for them at home, which is like, you're watching it on TV probably. People just slugging each other in the fucking arm, and the things they say is like a cut down equal to, yeah, just turn on your TV and see how people have this. Just, babes, you got to rise above. And see, this is the problem. It's like you have we're supposed to look up to you as like something to do, like a police officer or a lawyer or a doctor and shit, and you're really just a god darn unevolved. Really haven't even reached the qualification to be human. Technically, if we do a fucking psychological evaluation, like how okay, so I just wanted to say today is in the day is ending where it's like, wow, all of those people. If this is happening, see, to me, but this is happening to all humanity. Um, you're just going to see this clown act get more and more profuse. People going like this, saying, I know what I'm seeing here, and talk to me because this is our side. You don't have a side, and it's like, no, really, do you have a job here? What are you doing? So, but every single thing was done. See, calling the police on me. Um, And it's like, well, so why are you here? And he says, for disturbing the peace. And I'm like, hmm. That's indicating that all of a sudden, this is what narcissists try to put on you. It's like, they're not there. There's no first offense. You're just all of a sudden out of nowhere, you just started yelling at them. No fucking rhyme or reason to you. Uh, and I had to remind him, I said, no, I'm communicating something because, in fact, there is a health risk, and here's my next explanation, and this is what the last thing I yelled at my neighbor. I said, "Look, there's an entity there that's threatening my body. I could get health issues. It's a poison, and now it's moved close. I can get a notice from officials saying, yeah, this is cancer causing, known to the state of California. A doctor can sign it, say, yeah, this is not right for her. I mean, she is worried about it. She's in danger here. Then I can go to a courthouse and say, I am being threatened by this entity. Bodily injury is possible for me if it stays there close to me, and then they'll give me a restraining order. And then a cop has to come with me and deliver this restraining order and say, you have to remove this from this person. You can't be within so many miles or feet because we have proof that you're dangerous. That's what you do with the Gwyn Towers, in case you wanted to know. But you have to be on top of it. Right now, he can still scoop that shit up and take it away. And I know all of this, a lot of people are like, you are so serious about this, Shauna, you just keep saying this. It's like, no, see, this is not an impossibility for me. And it's not non-existent for me. No. See, here's the thing. I'm probably only one dialing in on this. Okay, so there isn't going to be a bowling alley opened there. He's not going to put in a Hilton. We're not going to have a raceway that goes like this 24 hours a day. There really isn't going to be 15 more cars coming in. In fact, it's slowed down a bit. The same activity is going to be going on. So now, if we ask the people who are involved with that activity, do you give a fuck? In fact, you, seems to be only here for 2 weeks every few months, or maybe a couple months out of the year you're here, you're busy. All you do is walk down, you go to sleep, you come, and then you walk out. Do you care if this is paved or not? Well, do you care that, say, if you put pavement in here, it's a health risk, but if it's not, then it's less of a health risk for you as a tenant? Do you really care? The answer is most likely no, and then it's like, well, so, but if he's going to charge you more rent, what would you be willing to do? And they'll probably be saying, well, I'd be willing to get on my knuckles and start crawling on my knees and eyelids through a gravel mud pit if it meant that I got $250 less. So this right here, this pavement, no, Shauna, it doesn't matter to me. Next, who's going to be going around this merry-go-round on this person's property who he